The universe is a glitchy playground where Saturn's moon spews ice, alien volcanoes blow sky-high, and organic matter defies logic. Buckle up as we dive into the Namib Desert's ancient secrets, Mauritius' sneaky sand slides, and other bizarre wonders that should have stayed fictional, so hit play and let reality blow your mind.
What if a volcano didn't spew fire, but ice and methane slush? This is Titan, Saturn's largest moon, home to ice volcanoes that erupted -290 degrees Fahrenheit. These ice volcanoes can reach heights of around 13,000 feet, shorter than Mount Everest. Instead of molten rock, they erupt a slushy mix of water, ammonia, and methane like a frozen mudslide in space. Scientists believe these eruptions are feeding Titan's methane atmosphere, making it the only moon with a dense atmosphere similar to Earth's. And here's the kicker, these ice volcanoes might be one of the known sources of methane on Titan, a moon colder than Antarctica. What other impossible things are hiding in the cold, distant corners of our solar system? There's a plant that lights itself on fire, like a cigarette lighter, and it burned for about 6 months in 1961 and 1962. It's called the Devil's Cigarette Lighter, and it was a gas well fire in the Sahara Desert of Algeria. Here's what makes it impossible, it burns methane gas, a highly flammable gas, right out of its own body. The gas is produced by decaying organic matter in the swamp and released through tiny pores in the plant's stem. And here's the mind-blowing part, the fire burned continuously without damaging the surrounding well structure until it was extinguished. The fire generated temperatures exceeding 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit, yet the plant remains untouched. What other natural phenomenon could defy fire like this, and no one has ever seen it burn? In the middle of one of the driest deserts on Earth, grass just vanishes in perfect circles. And no one knows how. These fairy circles appear in the Namib Desert, ranging from 7 to 39 feet in diameter, and forming endless, geometric patterns across the sand. But here's the problem, in a place where water is scarce and life is tough, these circles are completely barren, and they shouldn't exist. Scientists have ruled out humans and animals. Some think termites or toxic soil might be to blame, but no one has ever seen it happen. And here's the kicker, they form over a period of time, with no clear evidence of how quickly, just gone. These patterns stretch across hundreds of miles, a surreal, alien landscape that has existed for at least 70 years. What if the desert itself is alive, and these circles are its fingerprints? What strange thing have you seen that defied logic? There are tunnels on Mars that should not exist. And they're big enough to fit entire cities. These are ancient lava caves, formed when rivers of molten rock carved out tunnels beneath the Martian surface. But here's the problem, these tunnels are too big. Some are about 1,000 times wider than earthly lava tubes. Geologists say lava flows on Earth can't create such massive tunnels. So how did they form on Mars? NASA orbiters have found skylights open roof holes leading directly into these lava tubes, like nature's secret doorways. These caves could have protected ancient life and trapped volatiles such as water. And scientists still can't fully explain how they got so big. There's a fish that can survive out of water for 4 years. And it still breathes air. Like a human. Meet the lungfish, an ancient fish with a modified lung that lets it breathe atmospheric air, just like we do. Most fish can't survive out of water for more than minutes. But lungfish? They can last for years. When their habitat dries up, they secrete mucus and encase themselves in a cocoon to prevent dehydration. In this dormant state, they can survive for up to 4 years even in a puddle that dries completely. And when the rains return, they simply wake up, break out of the cocoon, and swim again. What other creatures are hiding secrets we don't even know to ask about? What if a single drop of liquid took 10 years to fall? This is the pitch drop experiment, a simple setup that has been running since 1927 at the University of Queensland in Australia. It looks solid, but it's actually a liquid so thick that it defies our understanding of flow and time. The pitch is so viscous that it takes between 8 and 13 years for a single drop to fall, and only 9 have fallen in over 90 years. Scientists use this experiment to study the properties of highly viscous materials, and it's still running today, over 90 years later. Because it flows so slowly, it was once called the world's slowest waterfall, a title it still holds. What if something in your own home has been slowly changing, and you didn't even notice? What if a mountain could sing, and you could hear it from a mile away? These are the singing sand dunes, massive hills and deserts that produce booming, resonant sounds when sand slides down their slopes. But here's the catch: how can something as simple as falling sand create such a powerful sound? Scientists believe it's the synchronized vibration of millions of sand grains, each one just the right size and shape to resonate together like a giant drum. The sound can reach up to 105 decibels, as loud as a chainsaw, and last for several minutes as the sand moves. These singing dunes occur in about 35 locations worldwide, mostly in warm, dry regions like the Sahara, Namibia, and California's Mojave Desert. And here's the kicker: scientists still can't fully explain why it happens. It's one of nature's most mysterious symphonies. There's a place in the ocean where water flows straight down, but there's no drop. It looks impossible. And it is. It appears off the southern coast of Mauritius, where the seafloor is completely flat, yet the water seems to plunge downward like a waterfall. The effect is so convincing, it looks like the ocean is pouring into a hidden abyss, but there's no hole, no cliff, no drop at all. The illusion is caused by fine sand and silt being disturbed by the tide, creating a dense, slow-moving current that looks like falling water. The illusion can appear to be over 50 feet deep, but the ocean floor is actually just a few feet below the surface. And it only appears during calm weather, when the right combination of salt water, sand, and current comes together, a perfect storm of optical trickery. No actual waterfall exists beneath the surface, just the magic of nature and light. What other impossible things are hiding in plain sight?